Hey everybody. So I'm not going to suggest to you to get the annual free credit report without telling you some of the things that will be in that credit report. So just so we can cover a few basics, the credit report is going to cover a span of years, all of your history. If it's from purchasing a home where you have a mortgage, from purchasing a car where you have a auto loan, it's going to cover if you have any medical bills that may be in collection, from unsecured debt to if you have any utilities. It covers quite a bit, but it's going to show your history. And it's very important that when you have an account that's open, that you at least make the minimum payment if possible, because it's going to show if you're paying every month and what is the payment required and what did you pay. Also, a big part of your credit report, it's going to look at the history of how long you've had an account open. So if you have an account that's open, it's okay. And you want to keep it open because they're looking at the age of accounts. If you open up a lot of accounts at one time, that may seem like you're desperate for credit. But if you have accounts that extend for years, sometimes you have a balance, sometimes you don't. That's also looked at. Something else that's looked at is they look at what the available balance is. Say if you have a credit card and that credit limit is $1,000, they do look at your running balance. That means that if you have a credit limit of 1,000, you don't want to have that credit card maxed out and owe 1,000. You really want to keep it below 40%. So if you have an account somewhere and the credit limit is 1,000, you want to have your balance less than $400, for an example. They also look at having a lot of open lines of credit. Now, this is going to be looked at differently. So if you have an installment debt, for an example, if you have a car loan, once you pay that car loan off, that account is closed. But when you have revolving credit, it means that you can go back and continue to use that credit. Once you make a payment, then you will have those funds back available to you. So you don't want to have a ton of revolving credit accounts, because they're going to look at what are the creditors, are they revolving, what are the balances, what's the history of you making payments, and it all goes hand in hand. And also you want to keep, again, that ratio really below 40%. So for example, if you have an account with a clothing store, and again the credit limit is $1,000, you want to keep that balance below 400, and you want to also make the minimum payments. You want to make your payments on time. Now, if you're very good and savvy, if you pay off your balance every month, more than likely that creditor will possibly extend either a higher credit limit to you, or you may start receiving more options because they see you as someone that uses credit but pays it off, and they like customers like that. So those are really the biggest things I can think of. I just have maybe one more tip. If you have a debt and it goes into collection, you can contact the creditor, or if it goes to a collection company and they reach out to you to settle, if you decide to settle, that will appear on your credit report. It will be updated to show that the account was paid. Okay, so that's important too. If you have any collections, it could be something that's a medical collection or utility or whatever. You want to try to settle those debts, because they will update on your credit report and show that the account has been settled or paid as agreed. So that also helps if you're trying to boost your credit score. Okay, so thanks for spending this time with me. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.